Emmerdale heartthrob David Metcalfe might have just gotten over his ordeal at the hands of villain Meena Jutla, but following Monday night's episode of the ITV soap, a new theory by express.co.uk suggests he could become the victim of another sinister figure. David, played by Matthew Wolfenden, has been trying to get his life back on track since his ex-girlfriend Meena, Paige Sandhu, was sentenced to 75 years in prison for murder on Emmerdale. To do this, he has been enjoying a romance with Victoria Sugden, Isabel Hodgins, but with their own jobs and 2 young children to look after, the fun seems to have faded very quickly. The shopkeeper confided in ITV soap newcomer Marcus Dean, Darcy Gray, about his relationship woes, but it seems Ethan Anderson's Emil John boyfriend might have taken this as his chance to develop an obsession with the beloved villager. The latest installment of the village-based drama began with Ethan still recovering from being attacked by racist thug Jordan Jack Parr last week. Marcus told his boyfriend he loved him during Friday's episode and wanted to prove he was in this for the long haul by waiting on him hand and foot. At the same time, David was feeling a bit down as he felt he and Victoria had lost their spark after being together for almost a year. In the second half of the episode, the 2 men came face to face as they spoke about their very different opinions on romance at the moment. Walking up to the till with a bunch of flowers and a bottle of fizz, Marcus was smiling from ear to ear, with David commenting, "Someone's lucky day." "Ethan's. Thought I would surprise him. Let him know how special he is. Seeing him injured like that made me realize how much he means to me," Marcus explained. David replied, "Well, you can't beat falling in love. That rush you get when your eyes meet, never wanting to spend any time apart." As the shopkeeper said this, Marcus stood in front of him with an admiring glance on his face and biting his bottom lip. He seemed to be seeing the beloved villager in a new light, as he might have never have thought David was such a romantic. The newcomer realized there was something he and David could bond over, but he also discovered his new friend wasn't happy in his relationship. David continued, "It doesn't last forever, though. Make the most of it. It's a bit difficult with me and Victoria. We're so busy, and then when we are together, we're knee-deep in nappies and takeaway cartons. Things are getting a bit dull," he explained, with Marcus offering some advice on the situation after stating his friend needed to relight the spark in his romance. Marcus said, "Relationships, they take effort. Same as a plant. If you stop giving it water, it shrivels up and dies. You need to keep feeding it," he continued, with David replying in a flirtatious tone, "Look at you, the green-fingered love guru." "Not really. I'm no expert, I'm actually terrible with house plants. Just got to apply the same logic," Marcus told the shopkeeper. Later in the episode, the newcomer sat with his boyfriend and Victoria in the hop as they just discovered Ethan had got a promotion. Proud of his boyfriend, Marcus told Victoria, his boss said he acted with integrity and is a good judge of character. "Well, I'm with you. I guess things must be going right," the lawyer replied, with Victoria commenting, "Things must be going well." "Scarily so. Although we won't be doing much apart from sitting down and watching TV," Ethan commented. Realizing their relationships were very much the same, Victoria remarked, "There's nothing wrong with it, it's what David and I do most nights. We put the kids to bed, order a Chinese and just zonk out in front of the TV." "He was saying the same thing in the shop earlier," Marcus replied, looking increasingly frustrated with Victoria's opinion on her relationship. "Chilling out and doing as little as possible," the mother of one continued, with Marcus saying under his breath, "It wasn't that, David was saying. We've got into a cozy little groove and we love it," David's partner continued, before walking out of the hop with Marcus looking rather angry for his new friend. Although he is in a relationship with Ethan, Marcus could find himself spending more time with David to try and lift his spirits. However, as Victoria is pushed out of the picture, the newcomer could start to fill a hole in David's life which could lead to him becoming obsessed with the shopkeeper. Marcus could want to know every move the beloved villager is making and make sure he was everywhere David was always going. Ethan could start to realize his boyfriend's friendship with Victoria's partner is becoming extremely unhealthy and he should intervene. But could he already be too late as Marcus puts plans in place to make sure he and David are never torn apart?